As humans, we tend to compare ourselves with others around us. That's pretty normal. And I think comparison is actually a good signal for where we want to go in our life. So usually when you compare, you don't compare to someone who you will never become. For example, I won't be jealous of Jack Ma because he has already achieved something that 99.99% of people will not be able to achieve. And he's already standing on the top of the social pyramid. Even if I work really, really hard, I would say the possibility of achieving the same level of success is basically zero. When you are jealous of someone, that means you have a high possibility of doing the same thing and achieving a similar level of success. And that person probably shares a lot of things in your life. And you might come from the same circle, same social class. They have pretty similar backgrounds or resources as you have. And I think if you don't do it blindly, jealousy can be a good thing for you to notice what kind of life you want. So for example, when I was a journalist, I looked at the editors, the veteran journalists before me, and I looked at the way they lived their life. I had no feelings of jealousy at all. But I'm actually jealous of people who can create their content freely, who are freelancers and write books. So that's why I switched my path. So I think we can tap into the emotions of jealousy because they help us identify what we want to work on and what kind of life we want. Here's a quote I read from the book The Let Them Theory, which is a New York Times best-selling book. If you are jealous right now about someone else's success, good, I'm happy for you. Jealousy is an invitation from your future self. It is inviting you to look more closely at someone else, not to make you feel inferior, but to show you what is possible. I think it's a kind of healthy comparison. The person you are jealous of actually is leading your way. So here's another quote. Other people have this beautiful capacity to show you pieces of your future that you cannot fully see for yourself yet. They show you possibilities that you didn't realize existed or told yourself you were incapable of achieving. Here's what I usually do. When I feel I have a certain feeling of jealousy, I'll be really happy because that means I have more inspiration. I can learn from that person. I will look into a lot of information about that person, listen to his or her podcast or interviews, and try to learn the skills that I can also apply in my life. If it works, that's good. If it doesn't work, I will think about other ways. When we are doing comparison, remember we have to do it in the equal way. That means that person is not higher or lower than you. We are just a little bit different. In our ecosystem or in the animal kingdom, every animal has its own traits and strengths. For example, cats are good at climbing trees, dogs are good at guarding the door, and turtles are good at living a long life. And they survive by doing the things they are good at. A healthy comparison is you don't demean yourself, but see it as opportunity to learn the difference. By identifying the differences, you are more likely to see your own strengths, see your own specialties. So I think that's a healthy way to do comparison. I hope this video can bring you some inspiration, and I think we can all turn healthy comparisons into life inspiration.